So for our project, we had the 1927 Mississippi River floods by me and Reese Landmark. So the 1927 Mississippi River floods were caused by a convergence of weather patterns. It happened during the spring when melting snow was combined with heavy rainfall. It had been a severe winter with a lot of snow that was combined with huge rainstorm and March that made things much worse. And in the picture, you have the melting snow and the heavy rain. This flood caused extensive damage and was one of the most devastating floods in U.S. history. It affected 10 states over the central U.S. region. It flooded millions of acres of land and put numerous cities and towns underwater. The flooding of the Mississippi River is a recurring event, but the flood of 1927 was much more significant. Climate change can affect the magnitude and severity of floods. Rising sea levels and more severe storms can eventually make events like this more common. The construction of levees and dams has helped to decrease the flood risk.
All right, there were major societal and economic impacts from this flood. It affected hundreds of thousands of people over a range of states, and many of the residents in these regions were left homeless. And this resulted in the creation of makeshift refugee camps for all the people who were left without homes. And millions of acres of farmlands were completely destroyed by this flood, and the damages total came close to $1 billion, which in today's money would equal a lot more. And the floods did affect some of the water supply, and the affected areas would have to boil the water before they could safely drink it. And this flood also prompted extensive construction of protection structures such as levees and dams, and so these help reduce the risk of floods. There have also been rules implemented since then to help protect buildings and other structures in these flood-prone areas. So, like houses in the areas will have to be raised a certain height to make sure they're safe from floods. That's why, like along beaches and lakes, you'll see the houses on stilts. And communities are also better prepared now for these situations because of things like early warning systems and evacuation plans. And there's our sources.